Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me on this weekend watch list building session part 2. We're going to go through the top stocks and options that we found for this week using the smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm from FlowTrade, and I'm going to do a technical analysis on those. This is an accompaniment to the first video I did, which would be the algorithm review of these tickers. So if you have not seen that yet, I think I can probably link it to maybe this side, or is it going to be this side? I think it's going to be this side. Regardless, there should be a video popping up on the other hand side. If you haven't watched it yet, take a minute, go watch that, come back, watch this, so everything will make sense to you. Okay. A little bit about me. I am a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm analyst. I follow large institutional hedge funds, smart money, big blocks, big money. I follow what they do. Follow the flow. I mean, I don't want to just jump all over somebody else's tagline, but yeah, basically we see what's happening with these large movers and shakers. I mean, Bobby Axelrod type people. Yeah, billions is back on. We got to love it. And then what we'll do is we'll see what's happening with with price action, right? This is a leading indicator, not a lagging. So it's real-time flow index, shows what's happening in the market up to date. So with that being said, all I ask in return for this is you hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share it with your friends, families, neighbors, and that's it. That way you'll be notified when we put out these new videos. We're going to take a quick intro break, and we'll be right back and jump right into it. See you in a second. All right, welcome back. So this week we have 8 top stocks that we're going to be looking at. Those are BILI, Draftkings, EA, Fslr, JD, Ntes, which I swapped out, I swear. Oh, I can't remember. Did I? No, I didn't. I just got rid of Ntes. There we go. That makes sense. All right, so, well, maybe not. We'll keep an eye on it. Zoom, Pinduoduo, and WB. Okay, a couple of these are Chinese stocks, so be careful. They're going to be super reactionary to news coming out of China. So just be aware of what's going on around you. Right? Be aware of your surroundings. Okay, first one we're going to look at is BILI, BILI, and looking at the 15-minute chart, possibly 4 hour. Let's check the 4 hour real quick. Yes, we like this. So it is. I've noticed this pattern with a lot of stocks lately. It's potential head and shoulders forming on a lot of things. So this is going to be kind of a make or break it week, right? Very, 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 very interesting week ahead. So just be nimble, be aware of your surroundings. So price action sold off, rallied to 2 ATRs. No, 1 ATR. Sold off to -3 ATRs, rallied to 1 ATR, pulled back to 1 ATR and the 4 hour bottom, looking for a move up to the 4 hour top, a break above that, and then we can continue on to the upside. We have a squeeze that should be releasing this week. MACD should make a golden crossover. As far as, I need to adjust these charts. I'll do it offline. Definitely got some targets, man. This is a pretty cinder. I don't know. It moves in waves, I guess. I know there's a smart word I wanted to use for that, but I whiffed it. My bad. So really depending on where we take our Fib levels is really going to determine a lot of things. So if we go from low to high, all right, we're not going to line up with any Fib levels. However, if we go from previous high to low, right, we've got some Fib targets, right, that we can use. Oh, this is a jumble mess. I need to fix these charts. So let me fix those charts, and we will we'll use these next time. Okay. So what I like to see is price actions consolidating right at level of support, right? Double bottom, 1 ATR. So we'd look for a move up to 73. Let's check out this chart. May just have to use. So yeah, see how it moves in waves. We're currently at a demand zone, below VWAP, negative snap moving averages, below the 200 SMA. I've got a general rule of thumb. I don't play anything until it gets above this 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. So BILI, the move would be the rally to the 200 or the rejection off of the 50 to the downside, right? If we play it to the downside, we want to check out the 6850 level for a move to the downside. That would take out, and so 6850 actually. So 6850 support to the downside, 7860 target to the upside, as long as we get above 7238. Okay. Looking at it on, let's see. We will do, I think that's a fair amount of options. Yeah. All right, that looks pretty decent. So I'm liking the, let's see what we got here. 70-75 vertical for this week could be pretty decent, or even going out 2 weeks. We could do the 70-75 vertical, try to get about 80% profit on that, right? So be patient on this one. It's just how we're going to have to do it this week. All right, so let's look at Draftkings. Not DG. All right, looking at Draftkings. Draftkings. All right, what do we got here? So this is my daily chart. And I'm not super thrilled with this move. So we are below the 50, below the 200, negatively stacked moving averages, 8, 34, 21. So spaghetti strap mess, good beta, decent Bollinger Bands, right? On the daily looks pretty bearish, other than we are at previous demand zone. Let me just draw that up so that it's there for the rest of the life of this chart. This guy right here. Boom. There's our demand zone. Okay. So we'd look for a bounce off that demand zone, rally to 50 at 54, and then up to the 200 at 55. Contrarian, we break below 50, and then we start testing some of these previous lows at 47, 45. Oh, that's such a gnarly level there. That is such a good level. We'll just call it 47.50. All right. That's the first target to the downside. Second target to the downside would be that's a tough one to find the second target. Like obviously 40 with a pit stop at 42. 43.86, and it's just a weird random number. It's a very random number. So there's the targets to the downside. If we're looking to take it long, we want to grab a fib level, right? We can either go from this high to this low, right? Looking at this move, so from this low to this high, a pullback to the 382 is healthy for a continued move to the upside. If that's the move we wanted to look at, then we would have to take a fib level from this high to this low at the 382. Right? See that symmetry right there at the 618 and the 382, so 5603, which is in line with the 200 and the 34 EMA. I like that 5603 for a longer term on DraftKings. Shorter term, we'd have to take this down to, there's a 4-hour chart. It's a little concerning. It broke below the 200. So we would definitely need to get out of. Why didn't that drawing come across? 5117. Am I using a different? Oh, that's why. There we go. Ha! I love these drawing sets. Oh, no, I want to trade it. Love drawing sets. Okay, I gotta kick it in gear if I want to get all of these done in the next like 5 or 10 minutes, right? So what we're really looking for is we were looking for this slingshot squeeze to curl around and catch the move back up to the upside. 5340 is, well, obviously. So first of all, we have to close above 5130, right? So either pull back to 5075 and then rally on, or we start a move to the upside. I think we may be super early on this one, so just be careful. Okay. Nice consolidation over the last couple of days, right? Bollinger Bands are squeezing. We're just like, we've got an opportunity. However, we have to get above 5225. 5225 break, and then we definitely come and start eating, right? 5340. Ultimate target is 56, right? So that 56 level going out to the 15th. Those are dirt cheap. Those are great options. The 55s have got way more open interest and way more, probably higher delta. Yeah, barely. I'm liking these stocks right here. I like them a lot. I like that one for 2 weeks out, right? Immediate short-term gains. These 53s are pretty decent too. All right, that's it for DraftKings. Moving on. EA Sports. It's in the game. All right. What do we got going on here with EA? So kind of like everything in the last couple of weeks, it just fell out. It came back down and it found support. So we have a long running demand zone. Where does it run from? Where is the demand zone? How much further do we have before we can complete it? All right, there it is right there. So there is our demand zone. I think I might need to move it up. This is a funky little move here. You would think it would be off of this doji, but it may be off of this one here instead. All right, so here's the hypothesis. If this demand zone maintains support, then I think we can continue on to the upside. Contrarian, if we break below fortunately, I think I got to make this one bigger. That's a big demand zone. It's very massive. All right, I'm not going to worry about the demand zone for now. I'm going to look at a fib level. Okay, so high to low puts us at a pullback to the 382. So we pulled back to the 50, rallied, couldn't break the high, consolidated, pulled back one more time to the 382. We're currently trying to test the 50% retracement. I love this doji candle right here. So this is why I'm kind of bullish on EA. This is a trend reversal candle. So we could rally to the mean, which is the 21. So we could play the move from 130 to 135, right? That's a sweet little move. We could do the 130 to 135 rally, right? then look for switch back. Yeah. All right. So what happens when a stock sells off is it has a need to just ride this 21 EMA. Like most stocks just feel comfortable at the 21, right? When it gets too far away from it, the 21 will act as a magnet, and the term is rally to the mean to short after that. You'll see it a lot in stocks that are falling. So I'm not saying that EA is going to fall. I'm just saying we have an opportunity to take the move above 130.23 up to 135. That would be the play. Then we would need to make a decision if it's going to fall back down or if it's going to continue up. If it continues up, it's going to have a kind of a journey to get through the 21, the 34, the 50, and the 200 to get back on top of that to become super bullish, right? Great move on Friday. I wish I would have had it then. This is a perfect move, right? Gap down, rally at the open to resistance, pull back to support, and then just grind your way up for the rest of the day. This is a glorious move here, okay? It is also in the third wave of an Elliott wave, so I'd be looking to catch the fifth wave, right? So it pulls back to support, and then we can continue up. Same kind of thing here. We've got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to fire off. This MACD crossover, super oversold on the RSI, right? Just a little bit early, right? But that 3-day, 4-day, and weekly squeeze firing off, we definitely can move up to previous lows, 135. Like I said, 130, 135 vertical, boom, there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is a great move, right? Just totally missed it. Just whiffed it, missed it, was looking at other things, right? Oh, this is glorious. So I would look for a pullback to potentially 128, 128.40 for continuation to the upside. Like I said, I'm targeting 135. Ooh, that's going to be tough. 133 is probably the easier target, right? Let's see what we got here. 133, those are dirt cheap, right? So if you're going this week's, like maybe the 130s, if I went 2 weeks out, what did I say? 133s. 132s have got a lot. Oh, look at that butterfly, right? 121 or 129, 132, 135 fly. It's a $3 wide fly. You could probably get it for 80 cents ish. Let's just see how much it would have cost, right? Buy butterfly, $3 wide. $0.50. I like this. How do I copy this? I thought there was a way that I could copy this. Yeah, so there's our plays. What I'm doing is I'm betting that EA will close at 132 on October 15th, right? If it does, then I just want to show you how this looks. All right, so there is my standard deviation, right? This is the width of my fly, or excuse me, this is my standard deviation. What I'd like to have happen, if I close right at 130, 133 on the 15th, I make $250 for my 50-cent, right, risk. Pretty decent risk reward, right? Pretty decent risk reward. So that is EA. All right, moving on. I got to get super quick on these. I do apologize. This video is taking longer than I anticipated. I will drop in some chapter settings, so you can just skip through to the chapter that you're looking at. Okay. Alrighty. Fslr. This is one of my favorite stocks, right? I love playing this stock. It moves so nicely. Okay, we are looking at... Get rid of all these drawings. All right. Nice strong uptrend, right? Been rallying the last couple of days. Had stock positive moving averages, 821.34. The 50 is above the 200. Right. This is just a pretty nasty little pullback, hopefully to some support before the 200. We have got a demand zone. There's several of them. I would say... Sorry, I'm just looking at all the candlesticks because there's a bunch. Like, is this the demand zone? I would rather have a wider demand zone than a shorter one. So I'm trying to grab as many candlestick tops and bottoms as I can. Yeah, excuse me. That looks pretty gnarly demand zone, right? Down to the 200 SMA. And it runs from 87.80 or 87.90 to 91. That's a pretty big demand zone, but it is on the daily chart, so we'll just keep an eye on it. Looking at price action, what happened to my chart here? Whoa, that's wacky, dude. What did I do? I jacked up my charts. Probably because there's some stuff in there I don't necessarily need. All right, that looks better. So selling off to support, right? Just consolidation at a demand zone. We need to get above, you know, some of these levels here. The target initially would be 94. We can get above 94, or we can get above 95, then I think we can continue on to rally on to larger time frames, right? 95 can rally all the way up here to 97. So the move could be the rally to 97, which is the 21 EMA. Then I'd make a decision if we continue to the downside or if we continue on up. Slingshot squeeze, I think we may be a day or so early. Look for potential reversal. I do like the... Oh, do I want to go this one? Where's this? Yeah, that's pretty gnarly right there. Okay, so what you're seeing here is a fib level from high to low. It cuts right through my demand zone, almost perfectly, puts the 382 right in smack dab in the middle of it. So potential support at 89.76, right? A break above 93, we come up and test 96, right? So here's the move to the upside. And that thesis is supported by, come on, there we go. So yeah, 97.50, 99.50, 138. Those are all significant levels. So 97.50, 99, 101.50. Where does that put me? Nope. 94, 97, that's 3. I need a, that's a $3 move there. Oh, let's see. All right, so what I'd like to see happen is we got to get above all of this cluster right here. So the move would be from 91 to 94.50. Consolidation, move up to 96, right? We get through 96, we test 97.50, maybe pull back, and then continue on. Let's look at the options chain, shall we? All right, so if I grab this week's 93s, 95, right, 90, 93, 95. What is 90? Oh yeah, 93. All right, I like those. So I'm gonna grab these. Also looking out to October 15th, right? possibly the... All right, $8 expected move puts us at 99. These 97.50s look pretty decent, except for I need to protect myself on them. So possibly do the 92.50. Ugh, it's just ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. All right, so we've got FSLR two ways. Okay, moving on. Moving on up. You guys remember the Jeffersons? That's how old I am. All right, JD. Looking at JD on the chart. JD on the chart, y'all. Okay, so what I don't like is this animal that I'm seeing. So I've got this theory, right? Just real quick, I digress and I'll speed through the rest, okay? That candlesticks make animal shapes, and certain animal shapes are bullish, certain animal shapes are bearish, right? Doesn't this look like a horse? Right? Doesn't this look like a horse? I swear, check it out. Let me just draw this. So we have a horse, right? What happened to my tool? What? All right. So this is kind of a horse shape, right? I don't know if it's a bullish horse or a bearish horse, but what I do know is this was a failed Wu-Tang pattern reversal. Okay. So let's just be aware of JD. Like I said, it is a Chinese ADR, and it is currently resting at 5,200 or the 50 SMA support on the daily. I will grab a fib from this high to this low. Right. We rallied into the 382, didn't quite get to the 50, rejected, came back down to the 50 SMA. So this is a 50 SMA, 200 SMA squeeze. May consolidate for a little bit, but what we'd like to see happen is the 50 crossover the 200. That would make a bullish trend reversal, in my opinion. However, currently we have positively stacked moving averages, 821.34. I'm going to fib that a little bit. We are resting at the 200 SMA or the 50 SMA for support. We've got an immediate target at 79.50. If we can break above this 200 SMA on the daily, I would get super bullish on this stock, right? If we break above that, then I would say 90.50 would be a good target, taking profit right around 87 or 86.70, right? So that's pretty much it. Looking at the daily, massive sell-off to daily Keltner channel support. Couldn't get above the 21. Pulled back. The news is we are making a small uptrend. While it's very, very gradual, I wouldn't expect this thing to move too much on a Friday. Right? Just move to the right. There's our trend line support. We've got a little bit of a target here. Right, there's definitely this gap that needs to be filled from 76 to 75, 76 gap. We get above 74.50. Right, let's just call it 75. Call it for what it is. 75. You have a choice. You can play the move to 75. You could play the move on a back test from 75 to 76.41, right? I like the move up to 78. Well, let's just call it 79.50, contingent upon us getting above 75, right? So JD above 75, move to, what did I say, 91? Or sorry, move to 79. Let's just call it move to 80. Move to 80. See if we can get And the 4-hour chart, much more of the same. We did get this 50, 200 crossover here. This is bullish, right? We sold off to the 200 SMA, rallied to the 21, couldn't get through it. 3 attempts, couldn't get through it. 4 attempts, finally had to come back and get some breath. This slingshot squeeze is getting ready to fire off. We'd like the MACD to curl up and move up and over, right? We've got a daily, 3-day, 2-day, weekly squeeze that should fire off. Oversold RSI, oversold MACD, right? Funky looking price action. I gotta clean these charts up. I've got too much going on here, right? Like I don't need that on this chart. There we go. All right, so like I said, we've been consolidating at the daily bottom. Any move, I'd like to get readjust some of these lines here. Yeah, this is a tough one to do because of all the consolidation. But I do stand by that above 75. Then we take out, then I think we can move to 80. Yeah, I like that plan. So taking out 75. Got the 75 calls, looking at monthly expirations. Yeah, I like this move. The 75-80 vertical, right? Costs us $1.56 to make potentially 500, or make about, well, the most we could make would be 500 minus $1.50, right? That puts us at 350. I want to get about 80% of that, right? So was that 250 to 225, right? Potential 225 profit. Yeah, that sounds about right. I like this one. Copy. All right, so I've got a couple of verticals. All right, hopefully you guys are starting to see the method to my madness here. Hopefully, I have to clean this chart up. There's just too much junk going on with it. All right, NTES. All right, so I think I remember why I put this on now. There's a potential double bottom on NTES. We've got room to 85. This thing moves, right? $3 ATR could be a potential double bottom. I think that's why I put this on here. We definitely have to keep an eye on it. Ooh, I'm liking how these lines are lining up. Fib lines are lining up with my moving averages. So 81 to 86, right? If we get through 86, then we can worry about these Fib levels here. All right, the 5200. Right, but we have to get through 86, so all right, let's just check this out. We've got, what do we got here? Lots of intraday price action. Yeah, this is like it is fighting for its life down here at the bottom. 78 support. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be a tough one. But if we look at it, or in the daily cloud, right? We get above we start taking out some of previous highs. What do we have going on here? Something's off. There's something off of this chart. Anyway, we have a 5-minute squeeze getting ready to release, 62-hour squeezes all getting ready to release. On the intraday chart, it's making higher highs and higher lows, right? Look for a pullback. I don't know. I think I'm maybe, all right, net ease. I'm just going to just pause, right? Come back on Tuesday, see what happens. It's just not clear enough for me right now. There's just too much unknown. Too much unknown. Unlike all right, so we're above the 50 stock positive moving averages. There's a gap there that may have to come into play. We're not going to worry about it for now. What do we got here? So 200 levels or 50 SMA support. Let's see. We pulled back to the 50% retracement. Couldn't get above the 21 EMA. Came back close. So we either come back and back test 87.75. Right? A break below 87.75 and we come and test previous lows at 75. However, if we maintain this 50 support and can get above 96.16, I think we have a nice move to 109 with resistance at 100, right? Psychological resistance at 100. And yeah, there's going to be some funky intraday moves here, but this is the potential of I wonder where it goes on the left. Right through that doji. It's glorious. I love symmetry. So we're looking for the squeeze to fire off to the upside. We're in a mid-compression squeeze on the daily, right? Like I said, we may be early. We need these spaghetti straps to straighten themselves out and pop something out the other side. Currently chilling at the 4-hour bottom, right? Rising 50, falling 200. We need to get above the 50 and ride it through the 200. This is a weird little wedge, right? I'm sure there's a wedge right there somewhere, right? Let's just draw it, shall we? All right, get through that wedge breakout. I think we're going to be good. Slingshot squeeze getting ready to fire off. I don't know. RSI is seriously oversold. And the 15-minute chart, or the 5-minute chart, as you can see, I have got to fix this. Alrighty, so this is a 200 on the 5-minute chart. If we break below 93.93, we test previous lows at 93.50. A break below that, and we can continue to fade. This is Pindodo. Let's see, PDD. Need direction. Not super thrilled on grabbing a play right out of the gate on that. We're going to move on to WBB. Another one that I'm probably super early on. If this is a reversal candle, it would make sense. We're at a previous. Sorry, I'm looking left, trying to find what stopped us. I think this is a pretty significant level here. Sorry, I got to draw these lines, these levels, because they are importante. Very importante lines. That one. That one. Okay. All right. So either we're going to find support here and so we have a fib from this high to this low, right? Which is no longer valid because we took out the previous high. So now I need to draw a fib level from this high to this low, right? That's our current fib extensions there, or retracement. So we sold off all the way down, rally back up to the 50%, couldn't maintain it, sold off to the support level, right? Rally back up, couldn't get above the 50 again, pulled back to the 382, smacked down by the 50 SMA, and then finally sold off. All right, so I believe this is another Chinese ADR. Weeboot, yeah, it is. So be careful. I don't know why I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 ADR stocks on here. Just I think I may be super early. To the downside, if we take out 4680, excuse me, 4675, we come back down and test 4450, and below that 4491 is support. Look for the rally to the 21. I like the move from here to basically the 200 SMA at 51. As far as options go, you have to move out to 4550, 55 fly looks pretty decent. We could also we could load these. Yeah, this is tough. I'd load the 46s to the downside, right? And then to the upside, I'm probably going to load up on these 47s. Actually, I'm going to load up on these 50s. Needs. All right, so those, let's see that. 15s. Yeah, I like those ones. Okay. All right, moving on. Zoomity zoom zoom is the last one, and probably going to look the prettiest. All right. So these levels that I've drawn on Zoom are important, so I can't get rid of them. What I can do, all right, so Zoom, pull up. This is a reversal candle in my opinion. Again, we may play the rally to the 21, right? Which puts us at this candlestick right here is super duper important. All right. I think we may play the move to 292. Oh, that's a $20 move. Hold on. From a fib perspective, long term. Hold on. All right, fib levels, long term have us. All right. I'm looking for symmetry. That's all I'm doing right now. I believe if you can get rid of fib levels by control clicking. Yes. All right, so these are the fib levels I'm interested in, right? There's 330, there's 50% 382 retracement, right? The current 382 retracement at 320, and then the current 618 at 353. Okay, moving on over to, what do we do here? Consolidation, sell off to support, rally to resistance. We got a fifth wave trigger down. This is a corrective wave here, right? So we are in the 1, 2, 3 corrective wave currently. Lots of overhead resistance, like lots of BS that we got to get through. 270. Like really, to be honest with you, above 276. However, I'll take above 274.50. We rally to the 21. That's 282.50, right? That's a nice move there. That's a $10 move. We could play this $10 move to the upside. Look at all this consolidation squeeze that needs to release itself. Oversold, just nasty lookingness, right? When this thing does reverse, it's going to be glorious. So ultimate target is here. Like, let's just, right. That's what we want to do. We want to be to 340 by the 15th, right? Can we get there? I mean, we've got some work to do, right? We got to get over this 306.25, right? 288 to 306 is a nice move. However, we got to prove ourselves that we can do it. Okay. Yeah. God, what am I doing on this chart that's causing it to be so ishy? I think it's the white candlesticks. Yeah. I think it's the white candlesticks that are throwing me off. Lots of overhead resistance. So the target is 277.25. Right, we'd have to get above 275. Yeah. Come on. Thank you. So significant support down here at 268.50. We're trying to get into the daily cloud. If we can get above the daily cloud, then we breathe and can move nice and easy up to 286 with resistance at 283. However, this is going to be a fight to get through here, right? So if you want to play it safe, you can just drop an alert at 277.25, right? And then come back and check on Zoom for the move to 292, right? or you can play the fight. 270, 273, 276, 273, 276. All right, so the and there's a butterfly built into this one right here. And that's the so 275, 280, 285. So the bet is that it closes at 280 on Friday. 50, right? Dirt cheap. So if you didn't want to play the fly, you could do the 280s, or you could come out here. See, look at this IV. Look how low it is. Yeah. So my risk tolerance would require that I do a vertical. And that vertical for me would be the 275, 280, or the 280, 290. I'd have to come out here though. 280, 290 vertical is another decent one. That's tough. All right, that's it for me. And thanks for joining me. I know that this took a little bit longer. I promise I'm going to go to work right now and fixing up this chart. Technical analysis usually takes a little bit longer than the algo analysis, just because there's so many different factors factoring into the stock. There are some easier charts to be able to do this on, like zoom on this chart. It's super easy to see what's going on, right? Just because I don't have a lot of information. We're trading at -2 ATR. We want to rally to 290, right? We have a supply zone. We have to get up and above, right? Negatively stat, yeah, just lots of stuff, right? I think zoom on Monday, if it doesn't gap up tonight, if it gaps up, I see it's going to the 276, $4 gap up overnight can be heard of. Pull back to new support. Anyway, keep your eye on Zoom. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Darkpool Algo. It has been a pleasure being here with you on this weekend watchlist building session, the technical analysis portion of it. I'm going to drop some markers on, or some chapters on this video, so you can just jump right to them. All I ask in return, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment in the comment section, right? I respond to them if they're worse, I try to reach out. I try to respond to them all. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or on Twitter, social media, Darkpool Algo. I stream every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. YouTube.com/Darkpool Algo. It's been a pleasure. Have a great weekend.